everybody, and welcome to our mini crossover from But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. This is our awards edition. We are talking about the 2026 Las Culturistas Culture Awards, brought to us by our heroes in podcast, Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers. I am Jeff Brantley, the former Bravo noob, who's staying ready to dish on all things Bravo that I know, very much including this show in its second year airing on there. I am, of course, bringing you my friend Sunday, the pop culture expert on all things Bravo and maybe a little biz.
Yeah. Hi, Sunday, pop culture professor. I am a newbie to the Las Culturistas Awards. I have dipped in and out of their podcast over the years. I'm not as devoted a listener, I know, as Brooke is, but this was this huge show. It's my first time seeing the actually televised one. But of course, when they had it last week, all online, I'm just constantly online. There were some things that I didn't get. No one watched it with me, which was fun because obviously there is an age gap between her. So there are some things that she absolutely clocked into, and there were some things I was like, what's happening here? But it was good. Not a whole lot of business. Things are kind of quiet right now. We've got In the City still coming on Tuesday nights. I'm not sure what Bravo is going to drop into the 8 p.m. slot for that, because now that Summer House is over, thank God it's over. It's enough. Enough's enough. Okay. That reunion was really, really a chunk of my life. That was my Roman Empire there for 3 weeks. And then, I don't know, Noel and I think that me and her are going to talk about McBee Dynasty. I think that is something that she and I are going to talk about. And it's not going to be recurring. I'm not going to make any promises. This is a special announcement, everybody, speaking of business. But I think what we're going to do is we'll take them in chunks. We'll talk the first half of season one, back half of season one in that way. So that way we don't have to really kind of, be regular about it. I can't pin her down for a regular appointment every week, but I think it's going to be fun because they're in the news right now too. Season 3 just started, and the old buddy might go to jail for insurance fraud. So I'm going to strike while the iron is hot. And you want to talk about Sunday apologizing for some problematic men. Yeah, that's all of them. It is a older gentleman and his 4 sons in Missouri, cattle farmers.
Didn't know where it was. Are you caught up? Have you watched all of it to where it is right now?
No, okay. Me and Nolan just finished season 1 last night. So I think before we move into season 2, I might try to get her record a little something with me, because it's very fun, and she's smitten as well. She's not as locked into reality TV. Like I said many times, she loves true crime. So
is this? Well, it may be developing into that as well. It sounds like. Now, is this a show that stemmed? Did Hunting Wives come from this at all? Is that kind of a pair? Is there a nugget of McBee that ends up in something like Hunting Wives?
Yes. And then there's also a show coming up called, I think there's also a reality show coming up called Texas something wives that are in Texas. And there's been a lot of controversy around it because these people, I think, are pretty conservative, and they've been open about their support of a particular regime. And so people are kind of mad. They're like, why are we going to do it? But, I'll probably watch it because I don't like to be left out of things. So I need to know what's happening. But yes, it's a very, very conservative leaning. And I don't mean political in that way. I mean traditional ideas about, marriage, and accept the fact that none of the boys want to get married because their father was married to their mother for 28 years. They don't say this, but he 100% cheated on her. I think the divorce was really nasty. And so the dad is like, I'll never get married. I'm just going to fuck around forever. And so all the boys have girlfriends that are just tapping their foot. Hey man, where's my ring? And so a part of the tension of the entire season 1 is who's going to get married first, who's going to propose, because these men have had girlfriends for 10 years, 5 years.
Okay.
And but they're really successful ranchers, and I'm just interested in it. And they're awful. They're dirtbags. We watch them cheat on those women every single episode.
Well, I do know you hate hate missing stuff,
Yeah. Well, just like we've talked about on Vanderpump too, that there is a special magic in a first season show because they're just out here they don't have any feedback from the public. They don't have any
Yeah.
presence on social media yet. They don't have anything to kind of get in the way of how they're acting. And so they're performing what they think they ought to perform, or like this version of themselves. And sometimes it's landing, sometimes it's not. But next season is be different because everybody's pouring in on social media and stuff too. But speaking of Vanderpump Rules, we're deep into season 5. And Brooke made this comment million years ago when we were still in season 1 about how Matt and Bowen should play the toms.
Yes.
Yes, and it's really hard to unsee that now that I saw them kind of in their element performing with each other.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, I know they're friends too, but at any moment you're just kind of like, hey, like, just go ahead and kiss and get it over with. And they seem like kind of, game to do it. Like, I thought it would be fun for them. I thought it would be fun if I was casting a live action play to cast them as Tom and John.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Interchangeably.
they have the fun, air quote, tension between them. They do
Mhm.
that fake, will they, won't they kind of, and it's awesome. And I know, like I was saying, you don't like to miss stuff, but you think you had felt like you missed some things on this show, and I think it's hard not
Yeah.
to on this very special and different award show because getting into their podcast, a few hours every week, like over a whole year, it's going to cover a lot. So, I mean, I definitely had that too, but it's very fun watching them take over a network for the day and throw a huge party.
Well, too, and there were some things too that I think maybe I just aged out of. Things that were on the corner, things that were
No,
on
that can't be it. That can't be
a
it though.
no, it's not it. That's not it. What am I thinking? But or maybe I'm just not on the corner of the internet in which these things exist. Because I've told you many times how me and my children were. I'm like, hey, did you see this? Blah blah blah. This TikTok, or did you do this? And both of them will be like, no. It's because whatever bucket I'm in is completely different from them. And I'm just Ethan the other day was like, God, it's like we live in different worlds. And I was like, we do. We
Very much so.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
Very much so. Also, just a little bit of a shout out. Culture is what they're rewarding the culture is what we're watching, what we ignore to watch Love Island. Again, I am very deep in Love Island. It comes on 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And except for Wednesday, which was very
I'm
smart
getting
on Bravo's part.
I'm getting info from people at the doctor's office waiting on appointments like I told you yesterday. It is
Oh, yeah?
I can't turn anywhere without it. So,
Yeah.
it's gonna have
What
to happen for me.
information I mean, look though, this is what I told Brooke yesterday. You better do it now because once you wait, there's so many episodes that you can't catch up. I mean, like I'm not
Yeah.
joking. I think there's like 70 episodes, 60 episodes in one summer. And
That's
so,
so much.
yeah, and they do it live, and so you can like vote all in real time. Like, oh, we hate this bitch, get out! Like, and it broke the app. So many people were voting the other day that it broke the app. So
Just telling women to get away from men on reality TV shows.
Yes, and also another fun quote that I would feel like I could translate into a tattoo: "War is Bravo for men."
Yeah,
Ah,
that was great.
that made me laugh. That was good.
Plenty
All
of
right,
gems.
so that was the business of such as it was. Big announcement there. What were some of your faves? Some of your fave moments?
I love, let's see, I think some of my favorite I love the, folks doing the bedding. Lisa Rinna doing the outfits is my favorite, so I watched last
Okay.
year's again to get ready for it, and I was like, "Man, I really hope they do this year." I'm sure they'll probably do somebody else doing it, doing the costume changes, but the fact that they had her doing it again was even better. I love that. That is my favorite bit for sure.
And so Lisa Rinna and Miss Piggy as well are two characters that seems like their career will never die. I mean,
Yeah,
they're like the roachy bugs of female personas, right? Because we're never going to kill them. I mean, Lisa Rinna used to do adult diaper commercials, and now here
yeah,
she is, still, runway model. I just read her autobiography a couple of months ago, and Miss Piggy too. I even wrote down. I was like, "Is Miss Piggy back? Has she ever left? What's Miss Piggy's relevance right now?" And I guess it was because some Muppet
never
movie or
left.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was some Muppet movie that they were pimping, right?
right, actually. That's why,
Yeah,
yeah, she's
a
like, "See you in
ride.
Orlando." So there's a new ride. But they were awesome outfits, and I mean, most of them I mean, you definitely don't know it's her up there, but like Aunt Gladys from Weapons, Carolyn
Mhm.
Bessette from the her and John
Which,
show.
in my opinion, should have won. I do not believe Jeff Probst's uniform from 50 seasons of Survivor should have taken that. I mean, maybe just as a hat tip to it, but no, absolutely. Carolyn Bessette, Argument Chic and Battery Park should have won. What are we doing?
Yeah, the I think it's whoever comes out last because then otherwise she'd have to go do another costume change. She can't accept it.
Oh,
I think it's
fair enough.
whoever she wears last. That's going to be it. I mean, and the way they describe it, like, doing the runway thing, like Jacob Elordi at the airport and talking about
Mhm,
like his shabby chic look and all that is
mhm.
very awesome. They make fun of their own. SpawnCon, they poked at it last year too between Duncan and Eminem's. Like, it's going to be in there. It is reality based. You're going to have some product placement dropped in there. And I think they have fun with it as much as
Yeah.
possible because it's like, all
This
right, man, you guys get it.
this is my kind of humor that is,
Yeah.
like, one part observational, one part smart, but snarky, but maybe a little mean, but,
Uh-huh.
good-natured ribbing. Like, this is my kind of humor right here. Like, this whole, what is the best part of Where's My Husband? Like, that's hilarious. That is a hilarious
Absolutely.
bit. And
I think they used to
I
get a
would like a
little,
ring, I would like a diamond ring.
meaner, like, on the show. I think they used to be a little more cutting. Like, I remember Tina Fey was on. I mean, this is years ago. Like, Bowen was definitely still on SNL, but I mean, I'm gonna guess
Mhm.
more than 5 years ago. And, she's like, the show had, like, sold to a new company or something. It was getting bigger, the podcast was, and she's like, "You better watch it now, like, people are paying attention to what you're saying. Like, I know y'all like to stay true
It
and stay super sassy, but, like, just take note, like, there are big folks watching." I don't know if they ever, really took note of that or not because
well
that is their brand, but I just like, that's such a like, if Tina Fey, who rips on everybody for 20 years on a national level, is
mhm.
coming out like, "Hey, maybe you ought to tone it down a little bit." It was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, it makes you wonder what gets cut out because I
I
listen to a
know.
podcast that is like whatever Las Culturistas is for Brooke, this one is for me, it's called Reality Gaze,
Mhm.
and obviously they talk about reality TV, and there's a lot of reference to what doesn't make it into the podcast, even on because I pay for a Patreon for them, like, shout out to my fun gays, but even behind the paywall sometimes because they did a bit. Listen to this. So they did a bit where if they reached 10,000, I don't know, some kind of number, that they were going to do something, to like commemorate it. Something a little mean, something a little telling. Well,
Mhm.
his name is Jake. Jake has to read his sex between him and his hookups for like the last 6 months out loud
Wow.
to
Yeah.
out the I know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. How horrible. Maybe they thought they would never get that many, and so he was just, like, putting this really, like, juicy thing out there that he knows that would really get us on, but can you imagine?
Hey,
Bless.
you gotta go for those clicks in some way.
Well, that's what I'm
So, you gotta
saying.
be original, gotta put it out there.
What would you be willing to do for us to get, I don't know, like, 10,000 subscribers or whatever? Like, what's your line? What would you be willing to do?
I would say it's a high bar. I would say there's a lot.
That
Just
you
just
wouldn't
for the
do or that
fun
you
of all
would
the.
do?
Oh, then I would. I'd have to have,
Oh.
like, a multiple choice answer for it because I couldn't,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
um,
I mean, I
I
I
would do,
don't I don't
I I saw 40-Year-Old Virgin the other day. I would do a, Steve Carell sweater removal
okay,
situation on me. There we go.
okay,
I don't have the
okay.
same sweater situation, so it may
I
not
was
be
gonna
fun.
say, feels like a little bit lower stakes for you because 'cause you're not, you know I don't know, I'm trying to think if I embarrass easy or not. I can't because like, there are some things that don't embarrass me at all, and there are some things that
Yeah.
I'm just, like, really, really because I wouldn't want that to happen, that I would just move away to a different country and change my name and be like, "Sunday who? I don't know her." Like, there'd be no way. It would be horrifying. Or, like, looking at my locked folder, my secret folder on my phone, like, no, dead. Couldn't do it.
I don't think we necessarily embarrass easy, but we both have things that we probably don't even
Mhm.
know. Like, if somebody
Yeah.
brings up and we start getting, like you said, our neck starts
Our
getting hot,
neck
like,
starts getting
Yeah, next time that happens to me, I'll be like, "Oh, that'll be the
Yeah.
thing that we do on the show."
When
There's
Ethan was younger, it used to be his, like, tantrums in public. I've had to carry this kid surfboard style out of every store in Columbus, but
mhm.
it wouldn't be just, like, the tantrum itself, it would be the shit that he was yelling out, like, "Mama, please don't beat me. Mama, please don't whoop me." This kid did
Oh,
not get a
no.
lot of whoopings. I know, he did not get a lot of whoopings, and he's like, "Mama, please, please don't hit me when we get to the car," and I'm like, "Shut up." Like, I am now. But, like, I would be so embarrassed because this kid did not get beats, but I think he knew what he was doing, so that embarrassed me, I do, but otherwise, I don't know.
So he didn't get a
Um,
lot, but the ones you gave him were effective enough to make him not wanna
apparently
and, yell for
stayed
that
with
in
him.
public. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot, though, because he was not the kind of kid that it would help, it just made him real mad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, but I did enjoy speaking of getting real mad, I did enjoy the collective boo that Spencer Pratt got. That was a
Yeah,
nice little, like, little warm hug from the inside there.
I was kinda surprised that there were like, when it happened, I was like, "Alright," there's like, I even wrote it down, like, "That's one Spencer Pratt joke," because I just figured that was gonna be it,
Mhm.
I thought that was gonna be a little landslide, and I guess that was before election time even. So,
Well, it was last Wednesday, I think, right? Didn't they film it last Wednesday? So it would have been right maybe right after,
okay.
right? Or
Yeah.
was it 2 Wednesdays ago that they did it?
Yeah, I think a
I don't
couple
know.
I'm not sure really, but yeah, it was just the one that was funny. Mm.
My very favorite part too is Hannah Einbinder
Uh-huh.
accepting the all good either way, and, like, just, like, the tone that she struck with it was funny, she's like all the people she slept with, and, like, Billie Holiday was on that list, and
Yeah,
and then her quoting the words to Born This Way, Lady Gaga, it's hilarious, and
that
I
was.
wonder if what other roles that she's going to be able to play because she really embodied her character on Hacks. I think when I watch her in interviews, they're so similar. So I'm really interested to see how she can kind of get out of this kind of like, snarky millennial navel gazer.
Yeah, I mean, she always kinda like, people notice her speeches a lot, like, that's one you're always gonna hear about the next day, something with it. It was hilarious though, like, when she got done
Mhm.
naming them, I was like, "Who were those first 2 again?" And, like,
Yeah.
because that was hilarious. I loved, our couple Meg Stalter appearances, especially the song she had, "The Prettiest Girl in America."
So that was one that I did not immediately clock into. And I was like, what is this? And then for a minute, Nolan was like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. It's old girl from Hacks. And I was just like, oh, apparently also too that Matt and Bob are giant Hacks fans because
Yeah.
there was a lot infused in there. But the prettiest girl in the world, I didn't get it, but is that an inside joke?
No, that's just a song that she has, I think, because she's, like, very much in it, like, she was in 2 or 3 things last year for the award show. So I think it's
Yes.
just kind of she's definitely gonna get, a platform to do something.
Yeah. So that was one of my cultural blind spots there. I did not know her as a particular, like, a performance artist. Is it sort of like a Garth Brooks? And what was his alter ego's name?
Oh, Chris Gaines?
Yes. Is it a Garth Brooks, Chris Gaines situation?
I don't think so, I think she just has fun with it, she just
Oh,
has
well,
certain
more like
songs,
a
like
Hannah Montana situation, maybe?
I think she still makes Stelter, but I don't I don't know if she
Uh,
disappears into it. Yeah, I think she just has a fun just has can have a fun stage persona, for sure.
a lot of it is very, very millennial too, and I think Nolan identifies closer with millennials than she does with Gen Z, even though she's only 27. I think COVID probably has a lot to do with that, and so a lot of the jokes Hillary Duff Millennial Award for
Oh,
indoor fern with an
for the
indoor
fern?
fern. Yeah, indoor
Yeah.
fern run. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I get that, but no one's like, "Oh, ha, ha, ha," because everybody has plants. Like, I don't know. It was I also really love how they weave in a lot of the culture. So the award for Yes Girl, the girl we learned about this year was Olandria. Love Island shout out right there. Olandria is from Love
Okay.
Island. Yeah.
What were some of your favorite awards? I definitely had, like, 3 or 4 I really like.
So I really liked the outfit of the year. That one, I thought
Uh-huh.
that's a fun bit to do. I
It's
disagree with the
awesome.
winner. The eternal lesbian of the pop culture mind. which they got that one wrong as well. Absolutely not Wanda Sykes. It probably should be G Flip or someone along those lines. Don't get me wrong. I love Wanda Sykes, but I just felt like they maybe got that one wrong. That was fun. Also, I don't think I got the Shrek award either. The Shrek for top thing we want to do to that green guy.
What do you mean? I mean, it's Shrek. You don't like Shrek as a sex object?
I mean, I guess it was just a little obscure for me. And then when he got up there to like accept it, and Nolan, the very first thing she said was like, "Dang, they did that makeup fast." Because one minute he was sitting,
He had just been sitting over there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know, just that's not my particular area because his penis is like green, weird, and he uses it to poop. Like I don't know if I get that, but
Well, it's
okay,
absurd. They have a bunch of
yeah,
absurd stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean, all these awards, that they put out, they put out like what, 50, 60 categories or something like that. And on the show, they do like
yeah,
10, like it's just something having fun with. Like they just go out there, I think they throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and
yeah,
kind of see what sticks. And that being a bit from early on in the show, when they were talking about that's who the father was of the baby, onto the award for it, to just, Shrek being a sex
yeah.
object was just kind of
I
a
mean,
bit of a running gag.
yeah, it it just did not meet. I'm not the target audience for that. I don't think so. It just did
Yeah.
not wasn't.
It's just silly.
Um,
They just being silly.
what really got me, what really just laid me out was Ben Platt doing a
Hmm.
version of Smelly Cat in the most serious way possible. Like he
Yeah.
took it so serious. I thought that was hilarious. Like that deadpan, yeah, man. And then hearing that made me laugh. I loved it. I loved
Yeah,
it.
with the marionette cats, with all this like
Mhm.
huge stage
Yep.
production, doing a lot. He did a rendition of Diet Coke last year that was also similar. I was wondering if like when I saw him do that last year, I was like, I wonder if they'll bring that back or have someone else do it. But it was wonderful having Ben Platt do it. And I thought the Malin Ackerman, Lisa Kudrow thing was pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her getting that award.
And then so I don't know who Eric Nam is. That's one of those 2 that he was the most surprising snack. Was he on Traders maybe? I don't know because that's the sort of the generational thing. I think Nolan knew who he was. Is he K-pop? And then
I don't know. He
Traders?
does have new music. I think he was on Traders because I had to ask Brooke and she told me about that one also. So
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
for sure. And then Matt has a really good voice too. I didn't know if I knew that. Oh, another thing
Oh yeah.
that was one of my cultural blind spots is the
Okay.
award, the Fantasia Award for a vocal oomph, the Benny Gesserit. I'm not a Dune person, so like
Oh yeah.
if you had put a gun to my head, I would not have known what that was before they said it. And it's hilarious who they were unveiling. There was even a Salt Lake housewife in there thrown in there, so I really like that. But I wouldn't have known what that was otherwise.
Yeah, when they first popped up, we assumed they were going to be all housewives. Like that was going to
Mhm.
be the unveiling because they all got on stage last year at one point, a bunch of them. So I was kind of figured that was going to be it. But yeah, that was pretty funny, and they messed with the voice a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit niche if you hadn't seen Dune.
I mean, I think the concept of this particular show is really, really fun. And it's a real interesting way to kind of put the slice of the internet and the slice of culture that you participate in because it is fairly niche, right? Like, of
Yeah.
course, there's a million categories too, but it's from a very specific point of view. And these, like Bowen and Matt, are doing a very, very smart and really culturally poignant thing to kind of push the culture through their lens. And everybody's
Yes.
sorry, there's some sort of like giant crash going on behind me. I guess the animals are fucking off. I don't know. There's just like a huge crash. Did you hear it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, they do. It's through their lens. And that's why I love that they call it like taking over, Bravo or Peacock for the night because it is them like showering everybody with like the culture they love. And honestly, these two have become like tastemakers. I mean, you're learning who people are. Like we're learning who certain people
Mhm.
are. We're very much taught to like, okay, if these two, if you're cool with these two, like that's a big stamp of approval right there. That
Yeah.
has, through the show and through their own popularity of doing stuff. I mean, they are saying like, this is what people should be listening to for the next year. This is who people should be paying attention to. Like, warm up to this kind of entertainment, get into this
Yeah.
kind of thing. And they push some boundaries, and I love that. While, having
So
mainstream SNL people on there.
if we were to do a version of this,
Hmm.
um, based on what we've consumed in the last couple weeks, what's on your plate? Like, what have you consumed media, culture, music-wise that you've been participating with the last couple of weeks?
Oh, mine's going to be very Widow's Bay influenced. I'm going to have a lot of
Okay.
stuff about faces that Matt Reese makes during Widow's Bay. That's absolutely going to be on there.
Yeah.
Um,
This show was really interesting, and I really like it. I really want more shows to do a jumble of genres like this one did, because
yeah.
it's horror, it's Steven Spielbergy, it's funny, it's I liked it a lot. I think we might have one episode left. I'm not too sure. We may have watched it all. I don't know.
No, Widow's Bay, that's done. Last night was it.
Okay, then we haven't watched it then. We haven't watched
Yeah,
the last one. We didn't watch
since the award show came on at 9, there was enough time to watch Widow's Bay and go right into it. There's
Smart.
going to be a great Cape Fear or something
Mm,
intro, a takeoff on that.
yep.
So very into Apple TV, I guess, right now. And I mean,
Yes.
I'm, as opposed to them bringing up Housewives and sprinkling them in wherever, like that's going to be OG VPR for me. Like you're just gonna, because those people need a voice, of course. But with Stassi's got a new show coming on, everybody's doing stuff still. So I'm
Yeah.
sprinkling in the VPR people for sure. And
Okay. Well
Kristen Kish is definitely involved somewhere,
well,
getting
we
big love.
we do consume a lot of vintage VPR. Like,
Uh-huh.
that is very much part of our momentary culture right now. Like, it's a lot. I already talked about McBee Dynasty, that's what it is, but also, I am reading a lot of books, probably from the yesteryear influence, about online influencers, typically younger millennials who are in this space, and I'm reading one right now called Self-Care, and I'm just really fascinated with this world. I don't get that kinda content. I guess I'm aged out of it. Like, I don't get the, self-care, young yoga Pilates content delivered to me
Oh,
through my social media, and so but obviously I'm aware of it, and then to see these books kinda give it a send up is really funny because 'cause I'm like, so is it a satire? Because I hear people talk about it, it's like it's so close to the original that sometimes it's hard to parse through what's satirical and what is just, like, bonkers.
yeah.
Um,
No, that's more on my feed. If we switched up, I'm sure,
uh,
there's a bunch of stuff you have. Mine is going to be filled with like meditation retreats and things like that, and
well,
people
this
getting you
particular
through
culture
things.
this particular culture, though, is much more do you know how we used to talk about millennials being very entitled, right? That should be sort of like the label that they got. It is kind of in that space too where, like a lot of really self-indulgent stuff about how to take care of yourself and how to
Talking about
be
your feelings.
yes, and then using just like a lot of products. The products are $1 zillion and all this kind of stuff. These people are like, "Oh, I need to be super mindful," and then they are covered in SponCon. Like it's just a really push pull, and so it's interesting to me. I'm definitely reading a lot of books in that way. I don't know. Sometimes I go through phases. Where like
Oh yeah.
I'll read similar books over and over and over and over, like it's like in a chunk. I went through a phase not too long ago where I was reading retelling Greek mythology, typically women, but it got to be a little brutal because the women were always mistreated. So it's like, I'm gonna take a break from that and move on to something else.
Good thing we left that there.
Oh yeah, for
That's good.
sure. Like, yeah. And I am, thanks to Emily, I'm having a bit of a moment of like tamponade, a la tamponade. I'm fascinated with it right now. It's so good. It's so yummy. The grocery store right up the street from me sells like a muffalata filling. Let's eat it with crackers. It's so good. That is
Yeah.
my recent obsession.
Yeah. And I'm sure if we had done this a little while ago, I figured it would play in heavy this year, and it did, but also you would enjoy all the heated rivalry content, especially right up top.
Yes. Heated
Yes, I
rivalry
knew
is
that was my one prediction for this year. I would have
Mhm.
definitely made. I was like, there's gonna be a few heated rivalry comments, and I
Yes.
bet right off the bat, but they did it in a big way. The opening number was awesome.
Mm.
Um,
Heated rivalry was everywhere for a little while, so we definitely would have to do it.
yes.
There would obviously have to be some sort of pet content because these animals just suck my life force out of me a little every single day. So,
Yeah.
also, I think I've maybe told you this, but I got put on a wait list for a pet psychic.
Yes. Yes. I have
Um,
some information for you also.
okay, because I've moved up. I'm not there yet. I'm still on the wait list, but I have moved up a few slots. So, what is the information? Please tell me. I need to know. I need to know.
We found someone in Louisville. We went to a show,
Oh, in
a
Louisville.
shop, like a new age shop, and they can do it over Zoom. And I myself did an aura light reading. We did some tarot pulls. They can do stuff for your pet. I have some info for you. I will send right along.
Did you have Poppy with you? Did you get the pet? Did you get any pet readings?
No, just
Damn
just
it.
board on me.
Oh, well, I just need to know. You can use your words. I just need to know what's happening here. What's going on? Like,
That's why I
what's
got you
going
the
on?
info.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I got you the info.
Yes,
No,
that
and
is
and
wonderful.
and that's what I love too when they do bring some real life stuff into it. Like they'll mix nominating some housewife or something with like a friend that drove you to the airport
Mhm.
and the person from this video game is great. I think we would even almost steal a couple awards or only slightly alter them. Like I love the Allison Williams Cool Girl award
Yes.
and like best vibe hands down. Those are two of my faves.
Yes, the Allison Williams Cool Girl Award it feels like it should be named after her girl's character, right? Because, like, you know how I feel about Cool Girl.
Yeah, but she's that in everything. So it's everywhere Allison Williams goes, it comes along with her.
I, also, too, some of, like, the really deep cuts, like, when they were showing Will Ferrell's thing and it was, like, brought to you by Room 311, and they wrote "Skibbity Toilet" on there, like,
Yeah.
that is so absurd. It was really funny. I really liked it. But, yeah, the best vibe hands down is when Spencer Pratt got booed. That was my thing. Okay, well, I am about to dart off to the big
Okay.
city. Well, you guys aren't gonna miss any content, like, everything tomorrow, you'll still get the BPR. I'm gonna try to hit up some I think I might go to a Top Chef's restaurant.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and I'm obviously gonna go to Carl's bar, and I don't know, we'll see what else I'm around town gonna do. Carla's always got big plans for me when we go, so she's already there.
Is Kyle DJing anywhere?
I don't know, but I don't think I can stay up that late.
Well, he's older. Maybe I've seen him do some afternoon sets. I mean, he's not 27, so
I
maybe
know,
he's
but
doing some of this happy hour stuff people are doing.
whatever Kyle's doing at his 43 is very different. His 40s look very different to me. There's no situation in which out till 5 o'clock in the morning these days. Like, that is brutal. Yeah, I can't. And even when I'm looking for things to do, like, I think we're gonna go to Alan Cummings Club, and there's a lot of things that happen, and so I'm trying to find things that, like, start early, like, start at 7, like, start at 8,
Yeah.
because I saw that's also how I can kind of decide what the age group's gonna be. Something starts at 10
And
o'clock is probably not for me.
you can probably try some Loverboy while you're up there.
Well, I should be trying Loverboy any minute here at my own house since I ordered it and it's not here yet, but it's fine, I'm supportive. I just
I
wanna be
enjoyed the Flower
supportive.
Boy. Thanks, everybody. You guys can go ahead and send another pack of that here. It was wonderful. Thank you.
How long did it take to get to you?
A couple days.
Rude.
I ordered it when we were out of town, and it was here when I got back.
Damn, rude. I mean, I ordered Carla a hat that says Loverboy, and it came pretty quick, but I hadn't got my limoncello yet. But anyway, I think that this whole awards is very aspirational for us. And so
Yeah.
I think when we hit a particular number, we should do some kind of awards to pat our own selves on the back. So if you're listening, I should have done this at the top. This should have been in business. Forgot. Hit like, hit follow, leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. That really helps us get seen. It really helps us get to the top of your list. Even when you search for us, just go ahead and hit follow because a lot of folks are searching for us and then listening and then not follow. So do that. Follow us on social media at Take a Pinot Pod on TikTok and YouTube. Go there if you want to listen or see. Sometimes I put the whole thing. I won't be doing that on here. Jeff's requested specifically. I'm just kidding. And then any complaints or compliments or questions, send them straight over to Jeff at pinotpod.com.
That's right. Enjoy your time. They mentioned Titanic a couple times, so maybe that was your symbol. Maybe you need to check it out.
Yes, I don't know. Carla said, I don't know. She said they didn't do great at the Tonys, so I don't know.
Well, then, maybe it's not good enough for you at all then.
So that was my request, and she was like, ooh, did you see that performance at the Tonys? And I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't watch the Tonys.
Did not. You weren't with me, so I did not see that.
Did not watch the Tonys. So,
well, I hope you have an awesome time, and I can't wait to hear about it.
All right, you will. See you soon.
Thanks, everybody.